Friday Night Rivals recap starts now.
Welcome in, everyone. Week 7 of the high school football season is in the books, and that brings us to our Friday Night Rivals recap show. For the next 15 or so minutes, we'll run through some of the best games across Central Illinois, and as we do every week, let's start with our game of the week over at Pleasant Plains. Now, the Cardinals, they host for Week 7 and took on Pittsfield. Both programs really needing a win and a sight to remember. Rushing touchdown. And it was Jesse Davidsmeyer up the middle for that last touchdown. And then the Cardinals, they got Cooper Schellenberg on that pass. Nice connection to Grady Grisham. And then another long run. The Lane Foster show to the house. Multiple scores for him. Back-to-back touchdowns, as you see right there. Just short of 300 yards on the ground for Foster. An incredible day for him. 2 touchdowns there, and then of course Schellenberg, he found Grisham a little bit later, but it wouldn't be quite enough. Pittsfield, your F&R Week 7 Game of the Week winners, and now to Spencer Davis we go for our trophy presentation. Spencer?
Well, we've got one more thing for you. Enjoy the victory. Thank you, gentlemen.
Congratulations to Pittsfield for grabbing the SEPQ Friday Night Rivals trophy. Adam Anderson, what a game.
Now we stay in the Sangamo Conference. 3 other contests in that conference to get to, including the top 4 teams in the conference going at it against each other. But let's start over at New Berlin. A combined 11-0 in the conference, a battle for who takes first heading into Week 8 of the season. The Bullets taking on the Pretzels, and the Bullets start the second half hot as they hand the ball here to Braddock Cates, slicing and dicing through the middle of the Pretzels defense. For the score, they extend the lead. Braddock Cates, why not go back to him? He makes a nice cut and nearly wins the foot race, but he's dragged down at around the 10-yard line. Another great run there for Cates. Finishing off the drive, an electric one at that, Matthew Miller. He gets the handoff, and because of a great blocking there, he only needs to break 1 tackle. He's in for the score. The Bullets, they take care of business against the Pretzels, handing New Berlin their first loss of the season, final 39-7. Now over to Maroa Forsyth as they hosted Olympia. Olympia trying to get back on track after a couple losses. Olympia's Ian Tackett, he hands it off to Cohen Alexander, who runs. He's got a massive gain, brought down just past the 20. Now it's going to be Ian Tackett again. He's going to toss it towards Alexander Cohen, and he's going to run it in for the score. Olympia, they have a lead early here. Maroa Forsyth, though, they're too much sometimes, and this time it's going to be Ryan Shepard. He hands it off to Canton Wilson, and he's going to hustle down here, move in the pile before being brought down, and then Ryan Shepard, he's going to hand it back to Mitch Williams, who's in for the Maroa Forsyth score. That tied the game up, but Maroa Forsyth, they took this game over. They can't be stopped. Final score, 61-30, a 30-point win. 61-31. And now, let's head over to Porta High School where the Blue Jays are taking on the Athens Warriors. And Athens' Josh Harris is going to get things going. He gets the carry, and he scores a 1-yard touchdown there. And Porta, they're going to drop back to pass, and they're going to find Isaac Reneker, who makes a nice grab and a nice little Blue Jay gain as well. Athens, they then go a little outside here. Nice cut, and in for the score. This was an incredibly close contest all night long, but Porta, they prevail in a close one, 24-22. Friday Night Rivals recap show. We talk game of the week and the Sangamo Conference before the break. Massive games across the area, but now the eastern side of the region also had some fun contests as well. So for that, we bring in Carson Gordy to break down the action. Carson, take it away.
Hey Sammy, we had 2 high-profile games over on the east side of the state and big stakes on the line. We're talking conference titles, undefeated records, trying to lay the groundwork for a good playoff seed. But tonight, to my surprise, the 2 games we had saw dominant victories. Effingham played host to the Muhammad Seymour Bulldogs, who haven't lost a conference game in 4 years. Would tonight be the night? Effingham is one of the best running backs in the area, with Weldon Dustin IV. But its passing game got the offense started early. But they couldn't cash in, and the Bulldog air attack started barking. Lucas Dyer finding his man on a simple flat route, who ends up barreling down the sidelines. 30, 20, 10, touchdown. Then Dyer decided to give the deep ball a crack, and it worked. Touchdown for wideout Ray Long in the corner. And folks, can we get a hat trick? Dyer scrambling to his left and heaves it up to my man Gavin Hammerschmidt. And he got it. Another touchdown for Muhammad Seymour. Bulldogs win 49-0. They truly have cracked the Apollo Conference code. And switching gears to a matchup with another undefeated team. The 6-0 Paxton Buckley Panthers making the trip to take on the Monticello Sages. No slouches themselves, I may say. A 5-1 record, and they won to play spoiler. Already up 17-0 just before halftime, the Sages wanted insurance. The 2-minute offense was lethal, slicing and dicing the defense quick throw after quick throw. Eventually, the Sages got into field goal range, and they connected on a no-doubter 39-yard field goal. Monticello up 20-0 at halftime, and the home crowd was loving it. Panthers, with their backs up against the wall, got the ball to start the second half. But the Panthers came out conservative. 3 consecutive handoffs, but they couldn't quite crack that first down. Panthers punt, Sages make them pay. Just a couple plays in the second half, a quick pass turned into a lethal result. The wideout avoids multiple defenders and just accelerates into the end zone. Folks, I did not expect this. The Sages add another touchdown late, and they make a statement. 33-0 over the Panthers. And we had some other interesting games in Central Illinois. Mount Zion bounced back big. They knocked off Charleston, and they're improving to 4-3 on the year. And Champion Centennial, their playoff hopes probably took a hit after a 64-0 loss tonight to Lincoln Way West. I'm Carson Gordy. Back to you, Sammy.
Champaign and that side of things have been properly recapped. Thank you, Carson. But we still have more work to do over on this side of things. Back over towards Springfield and to the Central State 8-week go. 3 conference games to cover tonight. And we start over at Memorial at Springfield High. The Senators hosting Sacred Heart Griffin in one of the biggest games of the night. Sophomore quarterback Cam Brinkman on the carry. He works his way outside, around, and in for the Cyclone 6. This made it a 2-score game and a 2-score lead there for Sacred Heart Griffin. Now Springfield High, they're going to try to counter, and it's going to come by way of Brody Scheffler. Rolling to his right, and he connects with DeAndre Brown, a little off camera, my bad. A foot race down the sideline, and he's going to be stopped at around the 10-yard line. The Senators trying to respond. 4th down look, hands it to Bryce Bryant on the read option, and nothing having. Sacred Heart Griffin, they take firm control in the second half, and they win the Battle of Springfield Schools 35-7. From Springfield High to Glenwood as the Titans were hosting Lincoln, and Glenwood themselves would have themselves quite the first half. Right to Glenwood and right to the end zone, handoff up the middle, and a little Titans second effort. That one a score there for Grady Mueller. Lincoln trying to respond. They go on the gut, 3rd down, unable to convert. And then back to Glenwood, and it's Colton Needler. Same route, different receiver. He connects once on the short slant and then again converting on the second slant to get the first down. And then back to Grady Mueller, and he's back in the end zone. You remember the Titans? Yeah, I remember, and I remember them scoring 43 points tonight and scoring even more than that. Final score, 57-0. Big win there for Glenwood. Let's go over to MacArthur now, who are hosting Rochester in their Week 7 matchup. MacArthur's Antonio Young. He's going to drop back, pass, and it's going to be fumbled and recovered. Rochester, they're on it. Connor Bryan. Rochester, it's going to be Tanner Beal now. He's got a long pass, and he's going to find Mason Jacobs, and he's going to be caught, dropped down after a really nice gain there for the Rockets. Rochester now Tanner Beal. He's going to throw it yet again, this time Tristan Stanton. Another nice gain for the Rockets, and then Tanner Beal yet again in the pocket, and he's going to drop back and connect with Eli Cox, who catches it 4-6, entering the end zone. Touchdown to put Rochester up 33-0, and Rochester would be in control and stay in control of this one. The Rockets, they win big, 46-0. Now over to Jacksonville to round out the conference as the Crimsons hosted Quincy Notre Dame. And the Crimsons, they have the ball on the 6-yard line. It's going to be Lemarion Williams who's going to rumble, bumble, and stumble his way through the Raiders defense in for 6. Quincy Notre Dame, they answer back in a huge way. Hunter Shuckman, he throws it to Ivan Hunn on the screen, and Hunn makes a shimmy, shake, move across in the Crimson defense. They can't do anything about it. He's off to the races and off to the end zone. Touchdown, Quincy Notre Dame. The Raiders, they continue to suck the air out of the place as Dalen Scott, he puts his helmet on and pop, Raiders ball. Quincy Notre Dame, They stay a threat in the Central State 8, a battle, but a comfortable margin. They win 35-21. Now that wraps up our highlights for the night, but don't go anywhere. Some final housekeeping for us after the break as we go through our 2 plays of the night, as well as look ahead to Friday Night Rivals Week 8, a big one on deck for the game of the week. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. We do have to wrap up our night with our plays of the night. We do have to not have Carson's tonight, but we have mine, and that comes from the Springfield side of the region. Let's jump into it. My play coming from Q&D in Jacksonville. Ivan Hull on the Raiders. You just saw this play, the screen pass. He finds open field and makes the move. He's gone. Touchdown. But don't worry, guys. We have plenty more F&R coming up in the future weeks. 2 more weeks to cover. This next one is going to be a great one. It's going to be Maroa, Forsyth, and Williamsville, so watch out for that one. But have a lovely night, guys. Thanks for watching.